Bullshit.
The No BS Marketing Show is brought to you by Laramore's men's and women's designer clothing. Free shipping, free returns. Shop men's and women's designer clothing, shoes, accessories, jewelry, and more online at laramores.com or in-store downtown Pittsburgh. It's the No BS Marketing Show. I'm Dave Mastovich. What do you think your employees are saying about you? And I don't mean posting stuff on Glassdoor or even Facebook when they're a little frustrated with you. That's important. It's hugely important. That's another show. It's another episode. What I'm asking is, what do you think the average employee, not angry, not bitter, says when they're asked what they do, where they do it, and what they think? It's something that you really need to try to continually find out through your marketing intel and through having people talk to your employees and observing your employees, asking them yourself, having outside parties ask them, all kinds of different ways. What I'm here to tell you is that when you break down employees, I have a general rule of thumb that I say it's almost like the bell curve, in that there's a majority of people that I think that I sort of say are the silent majority. They're not really too vocal either way, but they could become vocal either way pretty easily. Then you got that percentage that are champions, that are vocal and talk about the company. And then you have some people that are less positive, and maybe they're the percentage that are the naysayers. So maybe in your company, the silent majority is 55 or 60 or 65%. Who knows? Maybe your champions are 15, 20% and your naysayers are 15, 20%. That's something you can find out through all kinds of marketing intel by talking to employees, observing, and so forth. And it's not even about putting a metric to it and a number to it. I'm just trying to get you to think in terms of groups, segments of employees. So let's say you have a lot of people that I call are almost the silent majority. They don't say a whole lot, and you're not sure what they're thinking. What I would tell you is that group is going to still talk about their job because it's a big part of everyone's lives. So they're going to talk about their company. You need to give them as much information as you can in a positive less is more mindset through multiple channels so that they are able to talk and tell a portion of the company story. And I say a portion because I'm not naive to say that we're going to get, if we have 1,000 employees, we're going to get 992 to be talking about the company in the exact way that the company wants them to. That's nonsense, nor is it authentic. And authentic is what rules today. What I am saying, though, is give those employees something specific and memorable that they can relay, because otherwise they're going to make something up. And I don't mean that even in a punitive way. I'm just saying they're going to explain things as best they can and probably be inaccurate. Even your champions, if you were to have an opportunity to interview the people that are positive about the company, you'll be surprised when you have a firm take a look at that for you, how there's even a disconnect amongst senior management and even the middle management, peak performance, top salespeople. There's still a disconnect of what's being said there. So if there's a disconnect in the top people, the champions, the people that want to talk vocally about the company, you know that then the silent majority doesn't really have an idea of what to say. And that still doesn't even take into account the people that are negative or leaning negative. I'll give you more ideas of how to handle this employee communication in a minute. Check out this quote from Esquire magazine, one of the country's leading specialty stores for selection and service. Don't leave Pittsburgh without your little black bag filled with beautiful fashions from the city's premier family-owned clothier for men and women. Experience the highest quality designer and private label collections, impeccable customer service, and custom tailoring that have been Laramore's hallmark for more than 75 years. Now that's an endorsement. Shop online at laramores.com or in-store downtown Pittsburgh. What are your employees saying about your company? I talked about how I think you can segment it three ways. Your champions, your people who love the company and are also very vocal about it. They're often a lot of times in senior management. They're peak performers in other departments, the sales team, but sometimes they're even a quiet, average person, but they just are actually very positive about the company they work for. So if you think of it in almost like a bell-shaped curve, you got three segments. One segment are your champions. Another segment is that silent majority, and you could split that almost in half, to where half are leaning to where they might be saying something negative, half are leaning to where they might be saying something positive. Then you've got that piece of people that are probably unhappy or disgruntled. What we need to do as organizations is realize that cultural messaging, internal communication, that's what cultural messaging really is. It's internal communication that tells the company story, the company's two whys, their why or reason for being, and the customer's why or reason for buying. Those two whys are answered and coalesced into one big idea. That is continually conveyed throughout the company through multiple channels because we all consume content differently. You then have to decide that that employee segment is just that. It's a true target market, and we're going to treat it that way and have a marketing campaign on an ongoing basis to reach and influence employees. So we have the big idea. We have the messaging pillars. We have the channels, the multiple channels to reach them. We build a content calendar. We are continually achieving marketing touches to employees. We're tracking what's working and what isn't. And on an ongoing basis, we're also doing that marketing intel, finding out what those employees think, what their concerns are, what they like, what they don't like, what they're saying, so that you can provide a story to tell them that's authentic and real, that they're comfortable with telling. Because if you don't, the champions will go out and talk and they'll get it partially right, but you'd be surprised how much they're off the mark. The majority of people will not know exactly what to say, so they'll subconsciously make it up. And that's a problem. And then the naysayers have nothing from you, so they are just basically naysaying to the max. The takeaways for you, the no BS takeaways are, you have to clearly decide that employees are a key target market. That means you've made a commitment to cultural messaging through internal communication. Your cultural messaging involves making sure you have the company story in a way that can resonate with employees. You have the key message, the one big idea. You have the messaging pillars. You build a systematic program that's going to continually reach out and touch someone, to use an old ad campaign, with your employees. And you're going to have ongoing marketing touches. You're going to use all the tenets of marketing under this cultural messaging so that you can reach and influence your employees. So your employees have a story to tell that they're comfortable with, that they believe in, that they think and know is authentic. Cultural messaging through internal communication is a part of your no BS marketing program. Make it happen. Make a commitment to it. It will make a big difference on the bottom line because of your employees. It will help with recruitment. It will help with retention. It will help with sales. It will help with business development. It will help with marketing. It will help with everything. Your employees will know your story, understand it, and be comfortable with it. Or maybe they won't be and then they move on. But you have to continually focus on employees as a key target market through cultural messaging via internal communication. Thanks for joining us for the No BS Marketing Show, brought to you by Laramore's Men's and Women's Designer Clothing. Free shipping, free returns. Shop men's and women's designer clothing, shoes, accessories, jewelry, and more online at laramores.com or in-store downtown Pittsburgh. Whether you're a loyal No BSer or a first-time listener, your feedback matters. Post your reviews online at iTunes or wherever you consume your podcast content. Let us know what you think. Those reviews are the lifeblood of the No BS Marketing Show, feel free to email me directly with your ideas for guests or show topics. Dave@masssolutions.biz. Visit masssolutions.biz for show notes, plus additional marketing and messaging resources like our No BS Marketing Weekly Update. Sign up and receive timely, valuable ideas to improve your marketing and transform your message. Again, visit masssolutions.biz. Remember, ask yourself, what's the big idea? And build your story around the answer. It's all about bold solutions, no BS.